Hey, Taurus, intuitive soul coach here with your end of the year 2023 final countdown reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, welcome. This is good for any and all placements of Taurus in your chart. Now, right away here, Taurus, I feel like a lot of you have been feeling like things were overcomplicated. Okay, overcomplicated is the energy that I'm getting here, where you've been maybe overthinking, you've been strategizing, maybe planning, taking a look at what's working, what's not. Yes, these are all things we need to do, but I'm also getting here quiet, pause, stillness. Okay, quiet, pause, stillness. That's really interesting. Now, some of you could be taking a little bit of time in the coming months or the end of 2023 here, depending on when you're watching this reading. But for a lot of you, you're finding ways to work smarter, not harder. You're finding ways to live in an energy of simplicity is what I'm getting here, because there's been a lot going on is what I feel here for you. And for those of you that have felt caught up in the everyday responsibilities, I do sense that there could be a little bit of a getaway, a vacation. I'm even hearing here like a takeaway. So maybe you go to a workshop or you go to a class or a convention and there will be a takeaway. This could also be for a very important relationship or an opportunity that has crossed your energy. There is an important lesson or takeaway that's coming from a situation. Now, starting off here, you have in the hand, and it says the universe is your partner. So yeah, a lot going on behind the scenes that maybe you're not able to see. Maybe you are. A little bit of both I'm getting. So it's a toss up, it feels. But the universe is working behind the scenes, but you're also working with the universe in partnership here. And that's important to recognize when it comes to your business endeavors, your finances, your relationships, the relationship with yourself, your health. Excuse me. I'm getting the energy here of body, mind, and soul. So it's almost like all of that is coming here together in oneness, because it's felt a little bit maybe disconnected, or there's been a dissonance that has been occurring here for you in an important partnership or in a certain area of your life. And we'll clarify these as well. I'm also getting that some of you may work with your hands. You may be partnered up with someone who works with their hands. This could be a healing energy. Maybe you are a Reiki practitioner. Maybe you are a writer. Maybe you work in construction. I'm getting here helping hand as well. There could be resources coming in for you in the final months of 2023 that are unexpected. It could be help from a neighbor. And I get that as well. And I'm getting not just help from a neighbor, help from a stranger is what I heard. So there could be a random act of kindness. Maybe this is you dishing it out. Maybe it's coming towards you. It could be a little bit of both, because I'm getting a lot of that reciprocity energy. It wouldn't surprise me in the clarifiers to see the Six of Pentacles showing up, even the Six of Cups, because I'm getting a lot of harmony, a lot of problem solving. And for those of you that have been casting aside some sort of responsibility, or if you weren't wanting to or willing to look at something, whether it's your health, whether it's the deep roots of a relationship, maybe it's your finances, I feel like that's coming up for you to take a look at as well, because we're seeing a lot of this show up in eclipse season, which is landing here in October. But if you're watching this in, November or December, you can also take a look and see how these things are transpiring for you, not to you. So I definitely feel with the hand here, there's support. I also get community. This is soul tribe. This is friendships, partnerships, family as well. So that's all coming in the final months. And here in the United States, we celebrate for those of us that do celebrate the Christmas time, Thanksgiving, and that can be challenging, especially if you've lost loved ones or if you are alone. But I sense that there's going to be some sort of unforeseen event, unforeseen gift or person, or again, helping hands. And the universe is going to remind you, Taurus, that you are partnered, that you do not have to be or feel alone, okay? Or lonely, I should say. It's okay to be alone, but sometimes we feel very lonely. And I'm getting that Hermit for you as well. Okay. Someone may be wrapping gifts, wrapping presents. You may receive a present from your child as well. This could be even a fair, or if you have a toddler, they could be making you a gift with a hand. This is also showing up where if you have a loved one who's crossed over, you could come across their handwriting. Maybe it's in a recipe. Maybe you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner if you celebrate that, or anywhere in the world. I feel like you are going to receive some sort of blessing from a loved one who's either crossed over, or there could be a handwritten card here as well. Maybe some of you make or create cards because they're giving me a handwritten card. If you are, maybe you're sending out holiday cards as well, or maybe you haven't done that for a while. This is the year you get back into it. I'm getting here handwritten cards, notes, family pictures. I get a lot of familia or family energy here as well. Now, you also have card 44. Some of you could be born on the 31st. You may be 44 years old or born on the 6th, but you have the perfect storm. I think that's a movie as well, The Perfect Storm. And it says the courage to step into life. Yeah, this is about showing up for life. And this song has been showing up a lot lately. And the song is Live Like You're Dying, right? Some of you may have heard of that song. I went skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain climbing because he finds out, I feel like, he finds out he had cancer and he starts to live, right? And sometimes we wait until there is an illness or a disease, or we wait until we hit rock bottom to start fully living and showing up for our lives, right? And this is saying here that there's an opportunity here for you to step into maybe some change, right? To step into the unknown, to embrace the stormy waters here, because you could be in for the wild ride of your life. But if you sit at the shoreline and you watch all the ships pass you, some of you can choose to do that, but I feel like you're still going to get kind of caught up in the waves. The waves might draw you in. And so I feel like this is a good time to step into the unknown. It's a good time to celebrate, embrace, connect, reach out, because I get that energy of community so strongly here for you. It's also card 4-4. Double fours are about structure. They're about stability, changing up the foundation. It can be about planning as well, but having a little bit of fun. When things seem to get so overwhelming, or you are planning to maybe have a lot of people come to your home. So this is an example. Let's say you're cooking a big dinner and you're inviting people to come over, and instead of letting that day stress you out because you're worrying about if the food's going to get, done on time, if it's going to be good, you're worrying about the home, you're worrying about, how your children will behave or what you're wearing, you're stressing about the external. Let this perfect storm come in and let it be a chaos, but enjoy the moment, enjoy being with community and with family, because I get that some of you may get so caught up in other things that you miss out on the fun that's right in front of you here. Okay, so that's a reminder for a lot of you. Now, it may feel like things are stormy at times here, but you have the strength. 4 and 4 equals 8. And in the 8 in tarot is the strength card. And that's all about you are stronger than you think you are. Don't succumb to self-sabotage. Don't succumb to, the weaknesses. If anything, look at those weaknesses, shed a flashlight on them, right? And say, okay, what do I need to do to strengthen these? How can I make these weaknesses or these shadows my ally? How can I make them work for me? Right? Not against me or not to me because I'm, victim mentality, but the courage to step into life and start living, to allow yourself to embrace the changes, the opportunities, the blessings, and the challenges, right? To look at them all but also not to get caught up in the anxiety and the stress of it. It doesn't mean that that's absolutely non-existent, but I feel like a lot of you, I'm getting here unnecessary worry or unnecessary stress that may be causing sleepless nights. It may be causing some of you to toss and turn. I also get that there's some health concerns, health issues. Some of you may have felt like there was a storm brewing or there will be a storm brewing. Don't be afraid to step outside, right? To step outside. And this is kind of interesting because for those of you that live in the Midwest or live in a place where there are tornadoes or any sort of natural disaster, I suppose, but we'll use tornadoes as the example. They tell you, get in a basement, get in a place where there's no windows, get into the position, shelter, right? And what I'm getting for you, now, of course, don't heed this advice if there's an actual storm, but sometimes those curious seekers, such as myself at times, I want to go out there. I want to see what's happening. I want to step out on the deck and watch the clouds, and I want to feel the energy. And I want to see the lightning and see the transformation and the colors brewing. We'll know when the time comes or we need to fully take shelter. But what I'm getting for you is there's an opportunity for you to see the beauty in the storm. Okay, you're seeing that everything is unraveling here in order to set some sort of perfect destiny into alignment, into a resonance for you. We're going to take a look and see what this is. I don't necessarily feel like it's a tower per se. It may feel like it, I suppose. But I feel like this is about you. I'm actually getting more of the Fool energy instead of the Tower. So the Fool is about embracing that first step, right? Like Lao Tzu says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So for some of you, it's just taking that step and doing it, right? Maybe it's giving your 2-week notice, going towards a new position. Maybe it's you making the first move when it comes to a relationship, maybe an apology, or it could be an invitation here. It could be opening up a business, whatever this is for you. Maybe it's starting to eat healthier. I feel like it's important for you to step into the unknown and embrace. Now, next we have Cosmic Womb. I mean, this is powerful, right? Card 6, which is also the Lover's energy. The Cosmic Womb. When we think of a woman giving birth, right? There's a child and there's the gestation process, right? Of a child being nurtured and growing and cared for and loved and prepared for and planned. That's what the universe is doing for you at this time. So like we said, there may be something that you can't quite see that's happening behind the scenes. Or maybe you do see it in a way, but you don't know how all these pieces are being laid out for you. But there is a piece of trust that they are being laid out. And the Cosmic Womb is all about that divine feminine as well. And this divine feminine has been showing up a lot lately on a collective, on a global, in personal readings, in my professional and personal world. So this energy is here to stay, right? The divine feminine is about us receiving, right? Being able to receive, where we've been in this action, masculine, go-getter, must do this, must produce, must, move forward. And I'm not saying we cannot do that, but can we stop for a moment and be still, right? Be silent, pause in order to allow the blessings that we've worked for and that we've, earned and that are our birthright. Can we allow that to come into our energy space and field? And to be receptive to the blessings and the miracles that are right here. Remember, this is your birthright. This is all of our birthright. And to embrace it. But so many times we've been conditioned with that masculine energy of this is how it should be, right? That emperor energy can be very, set in a certain way or routine, where the empress is more of that divine mother of let me receive, let me nurture, let me create, let me, there's a lot of femininity coming in, regardless if you're female or male. So a lot of you're going to spend the coming months really working on some self-love, some self-care. And that's going to allow you and help you build even more confidence in your solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And for some of you who've been dealing with digestion or you've had stomach ulcers, stomach pain, stomach cancer, stomach issues of any sort, please seek medical professional guidance if need be. However, I feel like you are really working on this solar plexus chakra where it'll help you step into the unknown. And the universe is definitely your womb at this time. And you remember, you are the divine feminine. You're also the divine masculine. So many times we think that this is happening out here, and we're this singular, energy, which is the ego, right? The ego was created in order for us to have this separate individual experience. But when it comes down to it, we are that divine. And it's time for us to embrace more of that. All right, rant over. Let's take a look and see what's coming in, Taurus. Let's clarify the universe is your partner. Let's see what this hand energy is all about for you. Okay. We have here, there's the celebratory of the Five of Cups, but first we must move through, celebratory energy of the Three of Cups, but we're moving through the Five of Cups. So some sort of loss here, something that has transformed. Yeah, the Death card. So starting off, there has been some challenge. And for those of you who have loved ones, this can be a difficult time. If you have loved ones that have crossed over, or if you're not with your family or your friends during the holidays, or maybe you're wanting to call in more of that, I feel like there's opportunities for you to enjoy the present, because in this Five of Cups, you can see here that she's in the sand. She's focused on the three cups that have spilled out into the ocean. She doesn't realize, or maybe she does realize, but is just too focused on the loss to even pay attention to what's up there on the table behind her. And she has this opportunity to celebrate some sort of silver lining, right? Or to see that the reason something didn't work out, she may not see it now, is because something better here is gestating. I feel like I always say that word wrong. In the cosmic wound. Right? This is being prepared for you. The cat knows. Look at the cat. He's up there at the top of the table. He's looking at that lobster and that salmon, right? With drool and coming down his chops there. And there's a bunch of balloons, and there's, the two cups on the table. There's fruits of plenty. There are opportunities here for you. So just trust that even though there has been loss, there's been some sort of disappointment or setback with this Five of Cups. This is saying here, yes, allow yourself to grieve, but also allow yourself to celebrate, because you see the balloons up here as well. So if this does have to do with loved ones crossing over, celebrate their existence as well, even though that can be challenging. That's why it's called a celebration of life. And that may be why that song keeps coming up universally, right? Collectively, live like you're dying, because we are every single day we get, you never know when your last breath is going to be here. So it's important to live in the now. It's important to make amends with what you can. It's important to keep that heart open. And so many times we're focused on the past, or we're focused so far into the present that we lose sight of the now. For those of you who have not checked out the collective reading regarding Just for Today, I think is the title, you may want to check that out. Very powerful message. I'll link it in the description box below. Because what we have, once you allow yourself to grieve, so many times we are taught, and again, that's that masculine energy. We're taught, little boys should not cry, right? Don't cry. Put on a brave face. Be courageous. Don't let that get to you. That's the masculine conditioning. No. We don't want to be in that, right? That's why you have this divine feminine. It's okay. And I'm giving you permission here. It is okay. You don't need my permission to grieve what you need to, because for some of you, it's an old lifestyle, it's an old you, it's an old relationship, it's an old whatever it is. But then after you've done the grieving process, what that does is it allows you to release things that have been built up, right, in the body, creating dis-ease, creating disconnect. And it's going to allow you to finally see that silver lining and to celebrate the good, the bad, the ugly. And I feel like that's where you're at now, or that's where you're starting to come into that recognition. And there's the celebration with the Three of Cups. Some of you are also going to be celebrating. It could be a 90th birthday party. It could be some sort of reunion with sisters, with friends. It could be the news of an announcement, a birth, passing a test. It could be a new home. It's also something that's going to bring in a lot of prosperity. Look at those goldfish at the bottom of the card there. They're jumping out of the water. And these goldfish are actually koi fish. They represent longevity, long time gains here, long time success, long time or long term friendships. When this Three of Cups shows up, this is about community. It's about weddings. It's about school reunions, passing tests, jobs, abundance. It's also a circle of kindred spirits that you can enjoy and celebrate the successes, or celebrate the holidays, or celebrate your lives together here. So very beautiful. I also sense that some of you are going to see a friend or a sister that you haven't seen in quite some time, and there will be a very happy reunion. For those of you that have loved ones crossed over, you could, and this came up for Aries, I believe, as well, but you could come across maybe a grandmother's handwriting on a recipe, as mentioned in that reading as well. Or it could also be that you wear, a pin or a brooch, or you find something that belonged to a loved one, and you may bring it about to celebrate. I also am hearing here something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So someone could be celebrating an engagement, okay, or a wedding, or some sort of ceremonial, maybe a second honeymoon. Or if this could even go against the status quo, right? It could be that you're getting married without the documentation, right? Or maybe you're already married, but you're having another ceremony. So there's something here I feel like is different than the status quo. Now you have the Knight of Cups, the Death, and the Three of Wands. This is powerful. Now, through some sort of loss or grief, you will be celebrating. So let's say that you've been looking for a job for the last year, and there's been a lot of abandonment, a lot of rejection, a lot of denial, a lot of, doors shut in your face and are slammed in your face for some. They're actually, I just heard a door slam. So some of you got hit real hard, or it just felt like it was a big loss. You're going to celebrate, and you're going to realize that, wow, that didn't turn out the way that I really wanted it to, because over here, Spirit's seeing something you weren't able to see, right? The divine feminine in that cosmic wound. There was a job perfectly brewing for you, or a relationship that is aligned with what you're seeking, right? Or a health professional that can come help you through some of this grief. So I'm getting Two of Cups energy here as well. So we may see the Two of Cups or some sort of partnership, Three of Pentacles even. Knight of Cups says you're opening your heart, because look at below him. He's flying his broom above the water there, and there's heart bubbles, which is beautiful. The little cat's hanging on, pawing at the hearts. It's just joyful. But underneath him, there's the sharks. So he's definitely been hurt in matters of the heart, but he's not going to let that confine him. He's not going to let that keep him down. And I see that, yes, you've allowed yourself to grieve and to process some things that the heart needs to process, right? But now you're opening up to this new beginning, and you have the courage to step into life. I'm also getting love after loss. Some of you may be widowed. For others of you, there was someone or something, or a work situation or a family dynamic that really did hurt you. I see that here. But it's transformed you. And when you can see it for the transformation that it is with the Death card, it allows a time of an ending in order to go through this spiritual transition and growth, and for you to be born again in a sense, because this is a rebirth. This is that phoenix rising from the ashes. The Death card is possibly, that's that door being slammed as well, time of an ending. But there is a beautiful opportunity here to not resist change, not to hang on to attachments, right? There's an opportunity here for you to release and let go of the things that are no longer serving you. So the Death says that, yes, you've been transformed. You will never, ever be the same as you were, Taurus. But that's okay, because we're here to grow. And this Three of Wands says you're ready. You're ready to step into this energy here. The Three of Wands, like I said in the beginning, and this is so interesting, we said here with this Five of Cups that you can sit on the shoreline and you can wait, or maybe we said it with this courage to step into, the perfect storm. We can sit on the shoreline, but I feel like that wave's going to come in and kind of carry you out regardless, or you can be open to the opportunities and jump on it when you see that ship coming in. And this is the card of your ships coming in. So a new opportunity here is coming in. Whatever this is for you, it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But there's a lot of excitement here. Even the little lizard, the chameleon down there, is representing change, representing here adaptability. So you will be able to adapt to this new circumstance or this new situation here because you have the strength to do so. Let's take a look and clarify the perfect storm. What's the courage here to step into life? What do we need to know? The High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Oh, I love this High Priestess. Look at her. She has her tarot card. She has her crystal ball. She has the runes. The cat wants to play with the runes here. And behind her, she is equipped with knowledge. But most importantly, yes, you have the knowledge. You have that brilliant, logical, analytical mind. But don't overthink what your intuition is telling you. Okay, that's very important for some of you. The High Priestess is saying, yes, there's a time for book smart. There's a time to think things through, which you are here. And I see you've done a lot of that. Excuse me. But this is a time for you to trust and go with the flow of your intuition, because your intuition is not lying. If you have a gut feeling about something, pay attention. If you know something to be true for you, go with that, right? This is about you asking for guidance, asking for help. Some of you could even be booking a soul coaching session, a psychic session, a healing session. You may be connecting with a High Priestess to help you weather through some of these changes and to help you step into your life, step into your power is what I'm getting here as well. And once you do so, like I said, journey of 1,000 miles, once you take that first step, the game changes. You have two major arcanas here with this storm. And like I said, this isn't a tower. This is more of a Wheel of Fortune, which we see here for you. The Wheel of Fortune, she's holding up the spinner. I forget what these are called. Some of you may actually have a spinner for your business, or for maybe you have this at work. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe some of you watch Wheel of Fortune, or you've just seen someone spin that wheel. But I'm also getting here that you're landing on something quite wonderful, because this wheel is coming in to spin. And actually, for some of you, it is a house, or it has to do with your stability. It could be moving. It could be relocating. It could be fixing up a house, reorganizing, creating an office space. I just heard baby as well. Some of you could be making room. There could be family coming, or a new member of the family coming to the family here. But you also see they're really highlighting the ring. So something regarding relationships as well, I feel, is taking a turn. But I am getting a turn for the better. The High Priestess says, trust your intuition here. What else do we need to know about the perfect storm? The courage to step into life. What else do we need to know for Taurus, please? The Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups says, you actually have quite a few choices at this time. Don't get caught up in the indecision or the overthinking of choices. That's why you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess says, trust your intuition, make a choice, don't go back on it. Don't second guess your own intuition. Because what happens right behind her, she uses the conditioning, the experiences, the consequences of the past, the conditioning, what she's learned. I mean, we all do that. After all, we're having a human experience. But a lot of the times it's important to say, yes, we know certain things to be true based on our reality, based on our perception. That's our truth, but it doesn't mean that it is the truth. It's subjective, right? So I feel like you are focusing on leaving that behind. And Spirit is saying here, there's going to be a choice. Trust your intuition, stick to it, because whatever choice you make on this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you're spinning this wheel in your favor. But you have to make a new choice, because you don't want to repeat the old cycle. So if you, let's say here, you spin this wheel, and let's say you were just on that heart and you spin it again and it lands on that heart, you're going to have to do something differently this time around. You're going to get the same thing, right? What's the definition of that? Insanity, right? So this is about you being able to choose something new, choose a new path, choose a new direction, or be open to an energy shift. And that's what's coming in here for you. Don't spend too much time being indecisive or overthinking. This is the courage to step in. Just do it. All right. And lastly here, we have the cosmic womb, the divine feminine. What do we need to know here for Taurus? What is it that you are creating? What do we need to know? Okay, there's the hermit that we were feeling earlier. You're getting a lot of major arcanas here. So I do feel that towards possibly November for some of you, there's going to be a lot happening, Taurus. There's justice here. Yeah, wow. So you have the hermit, you have justice, you also have the 10 of cups. Some of you could be going through a legal situation, some sort of settlement. It could be a divorce court, could be inheritance, family situation. I'm also getting that there was an insurance claim or something regarding insurance that could be coming out here. But the 9 of wands, some of you have been on your guard, you've been on your defense. Look at her. She's backed into a tree here. And there are 7 wands on the ground and they're smoking. So she's been fighting, right? She's been putting up a little bit of a fight, but she's now feeling a little bit like she's come to the end of her resources. She still has 2 of them. They're not smoking yet. So she's ready. She's prepared. But this is about having that determination because she's tired, right? She's tired. She's tired of going this path. That's why you have this wheel of fortune spinning saying, okay, we're going to do something different this time because we don't want those wands to end up on the ground smoking just like these ones were. So I feel like you're choosing, and the cat's actually in the tree, almost hiding up there, wanting to help protect, but at the same time, 9 of wands says you have the spiritual strength, Taurus. You have the discipline, the persistence to not give up. But I feel like you're going to allow something to kind of happen for you. And you're coming out of your shell. You do have the hermit energy coming in. So you may have felt alone. I feel like, yeah, the hermit also is taking a little bit of that time. Instead of being in fight or flight all the time, or instead of feeling like your walls are up or your guard is up, or you just felt defensive or defenseless for some of you. This is about you having that final push because you're almost there and you're doing some deep soul searching. You're going to get clarity real soon with the hermit. Okay, real soon, because the hermit can even be in the reverse, loneliness, rejection, or feeling a little bit withdrawn because of all of this that you've had to kind of fight against, or all of this rejection or denial, or just, yeah, fight. I feel like you've had to put up a fight. Well, here the scales are balancing. Look at those 2 cute cats there. They're on the scales and the scales are balanced. However, they don't look very nice. They're hissing at each other. And she actually has the justice there. She has a blindfold on, but there's one eye peeking out of the blindfold. So she knows that there's a little bit of turmoil. For some of you, yes, this is law. This is legal situations. This is, justice. But I feel like she's able to see things more clearly now because the shadow is right there behind her. And I'm getting here that the writing's on the wall. Something is out of the bag. It's like the cat's out of the bag here. She's able to see something she wasn't able to see before. And some sort of truth, some sort of justice, some sort of fairness is going to happen here. And because you have the Wheel of Fortune, some of you, this is winning a case, winning a settlement, winning money. Right behind it, there's that 6 of Pentacles. We talked about this in the beginning of your reading. We also have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, because someone wasn't playing fair. It could have been a family member. Okay, this could also be a situation between custody battles. It could be a situation at work, 10 of Cups. Maybe someone was just being unfair. I mean, 10 of Cups also is the card of betrayal, or someone may have had unrealistic goals. Someone had left or neglected their family, and they're just, again, yeah, someone wasn't playing fair. And the 6 of Pentacles showing up here is saying that this divine feminine is coming in to help you simplify and to help you receive as well. So something that's been challenging or difficult for you to face is coming to an end or coming to some sort of a close is what I see, Taurus. And the Six of Pentacles in reverse is also about not resisting the help that's being offered, okay? Because remember, you have the helping hand. So the challenge at times can be, I just want to cut the loss, right? Cut the loss and go forward, which some of you, yes, you've done, I see. But also there's some sort of a helping hand, and you can see that there's a woman in the middle, and on the one side there's someone asking for guidance and help, but she has a full basket, and then she's handing it over, and then there's a young lad beside her that she's giving some pentacles to. And I feel like there's this energy, an offer of generosity, of, you know, not resisting but giving without expecting in return sometimes. And that could be also in the family. Some of you have a sibling who is giving, or taking. It just feels like something is one-sided here. I definitely feel like that's coming into balance because you're sick of living life in the Nine of Wands. You're sick of living life feeling withdrawn or lonely or feeling like the black sheep. There's something coming into your energy that can bring reciprocity if we open up to this divine feminine. Wow, powerful energy here. Let's get a final outcome. What else do we need to know for Taurus? End of 2023. Final countdown. Wow. Okay. See, like I said, you have a lot going on here. I feel like that was a lot more. I felt a lot more fell out than just three, but just three here. We have the World. Yep, the World showing up with the macaw. You're closing out this cycle. So yes, there still could be a little bit of ups and downs. There still could be a little bit of overthinking. But the best thing that you could do in the coming months is trust your intuition. If it feels off, don't second guess. Don't try to come up with an excuse or try to figure it out with your head, because then you're gonna repeat the same cycle. Okay, the macaw says, there are beautiful beginnings coming in. 2024 looks to be very powerful for you here, Taurus. This is about sacred contracts and infinite possibilities, but we must conclude this chapter, okay? Because look at all the celebratory energy you have here. There's the Judgment. Wow, Judgment and Justice. This is huge. And another major arcana, and then there's that Three of Pentacles that we were talking about. So all of the cards are showing up here regarding support, help, soul tribe, family dynamics, things of that nature. This is rising up. The Judgment is when you hear those trumpets call, right? You listen. And the whale, they make a big splash. So there's something in your world here, Taurus, that's going to make a big splash. But I feel like this is going to change and impact for the better. This is a major awakening, and it's mercy as well. Like, God have mercy on me, right? So there's something big coming in here. And the Three of Pentacles says you're going to collaborate. This is about following your dreams and research, right? So it's interesting because we talk about books, we see them. Some of you, the books has to do with actually mystical studies, studies of the occult or spirituality. Some of you may be taking a class and researching how to increase your psychic abilities, mediumship, clairvoyance. You may be working with tarot, taking a tarot class online or in person. You may be working with runes as well. So if you are wanting to increase or enhance your psychic abilities, this is the time to do so. And I feel like you're going to find the right people. Just set that intention. If you do, your life is going to be changed and altered even more for the better with this Wheel of Fortune. And last but not least, Taurus, let's get a message from the Soul Truth and see what your soul is guiding you to question at this time. What do we have here? How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. That's a quote by Buddha. Today's soul action, Taurus, choose one self-care action and do it today. Number 1, set stronger boundaries. Number 2, meditate and listen to your heart. 3, speak to yourself with compassion. 4, focus on your strengths. 5, say no to something that isn't a soul yes. 6, say yes to something you are afraid of. 7, let go of what you cannot control. 8, stay far away from drama and negativity. 9, ask for help and allow it. And 10, write down 3 things that you, Taurus, are grateful for today. So just choose a couple of those. You may want to write those down as well and ask yourself on the daily, right? Infuse more self-love and compassion into your world. So a lot happening for you, a lot of major arcana. So big shifts, big revelations, and huge aha moments happening in your final countdown of 2023. That is what I have for you, Taurus. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most, and it certainly helps the growth of the channel. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much, Taurus, for being here today. Lots of love.